School's event. Woo! I look forward to this every year, but today is especially exciting. We have an opportunity as a community to come together in a historic way that will really have a lasting impact on our children, our families, and our community. So let's join together, all in, and get started. All right. Now, there's many stakeholders from across the community in the room today, so let's start off by acknowledging everyone. First of all, as I call your group, would you stand up and be recognized? Let's start with our great Board of Education members. All right, let's start with our Cincinnati Public School Employee Unions. I know we have Julie Sellers and Lee Black, and anyone else? How about our great principals and assistant principals? Stand and be recognized. All right. Woo. I know you've been working hard to make sure everything's ready for next Wednesday. All right, our central office administrators are here today supporting them. Stand up. Oh, and if we have any teachers in the room, I know they're probably all out in their classrooms trying to get ready. So we understand why they are not here. How about our preschool partners? This is going to be a really special year. Preschool partners, stand up. All right, parent and parent group leaders, won't you stand and be recognized? All right, resource coordinators and our funders. If you're here, all right. And how about all of our wonderful business partners, arts, health, environmental science, faith-based groups, stand up and be recognized. And I hope I haven't missed anyone. And finally, even though our students are not here today, let's give it up for our 35,000 students. Now we have some new principals this year, and I always like to call their name and have them stand because I know you all want to get a look at them. So now, Sharon Johnson, we all know Sharon's back with us. So Sharon Johnson at Bond Hill Academy. Thank you for coming back, Sharon. All right, we have Michelle Kipp. She has joined us as the new principal at Covedale School. All right, Michelle. And then there's Antoine Lewis. He is our new school leader at Hartwell. We all know Antoine because he was the AP at Mount Airy last year. So, all right, congratulations on that promotion. All right, next, Ross Turpo, new principal at Woodford Paideia. And finally, a big welcome to Jaren Finney. She's going to be the principal of our Rising Stars preschool at Vine. So congratulations to all of you, and thank you for your leadership. All right, let's go over our agenda today so you know what's happening. We are going to start off with a performance by our Woodford Paideia Academy Strings, and they really are representing our new arts and cultural programming at Woodford. It's one of our new Vision 2020 schools, so we'll talk more about that later. Then we're going to have remarks from all our board members who have joined us today. Then I'll really talk about the themes for the school year. Then I'll invite my good friend Greg Landsman to come down and talk about the preschool promise and how we're partnering with the preschool promise on the levee this year. Then after a short break, we have a guest speaker, Craig Weber. He is author of Conversational Capacity, The Secret to Building Successful Teams When the Pressure is On. So I know I need to know more about that, and I figure a lot of you want to hear that also. And then we'll close out the day with a performance of drummers from Chase School, which is also one of our new arts and cultural schools this year. All right. So now I would like to invite the Woodford Paideia Academy Strings and their director, Carolyn Quinn, to perform for us. So welcome, students.
This is just a small part of our program at Woodford. About a third of the children are playing in the orchestra right now, and we hope that as we further develop our Arts and Culture Academy, that number is going to continue to grow. Right here we have Addison Maxberry, whose mom is actually president of LSTFC. We have Lawrence Thomas, Jason Norman, Elena Gentry, and Madison Bryant. So they are going to
Oh, thank you so much, Ms. Quinn, and all the students. We are so proud of you. Now, I also want to give another big thanks to Dr. Isidore Rudnick. He is our curriculum manager for the arts. Izzy, raise your hand over there. Thank you so much for putting together our K-12 fine arts curriculum. And now, I would like to acknowledge our 7-member Board of Education. They are here with us today, and as our great board president, Erica Copeland Dansby, is coming down, we're going to put up the board goals and some of the areas they are focusing on this year. So I'd like everyone to welcome our board president, Erica Copeland Dansby.
Thank you, Superintendent. Good morning. Yes, good. I am Erica Copeland Dansby. I am privileged and pleased to be in a room with such great leaders. And so thank you for being here this morning. I'll keep it very brief. I just have a couple remarks. On behalf of all of my colleagues, some who are here and some who are not here, I want to welcome you to this unofficial kickoff for the 2016-17 school year. With all the excellent school leaders, central administrators, teachers, parents, fabulous partners, and our students joining forces, I know that this will be an extraordinary year. When our superintendent speaks, she's going to mention an equity policy that our board unanimously passed back in April. I believe that one of the things that the leadership of CPS shares with our partners in this community is a commitment to equity, of access, opportunity, and excellence for every single student. For us, the board, it's simply the right thing to do. We believe that equity in all children should be a focus of our district, and I'm very pleased to say that this commitment has prevailed as we've joined forces with our friends that you'll hear from later at Cincinnati Preschool Promise to forge a historic partnership that we will put before the voters this November. Working together, and we've worked together all summer. We've worked very closely together. We've already accomplished a lot. We absolutely have reached an agreement that enhances access to quality preschool while also improving access, opportunity, and excellence for our children who are in grades K through 12. I'm confident that we'll continue to work together to share our passion about this historic opportunity with our friends, neighbors, and coworkers. And so again, on behalf of the board, I want to thank you for being here today and thank you in advance for the hard work that you do. It goes without saying that your leadership is absolutely what it takes to move our district forward, and I'll look forward to working together with you, visiting your schools, which I love to do, and interacting with you as we go through the school year. Have a really great day.
Thank you, President Dansby. I'm proud that our board is united and at the forefront nationally concerning equity. Equity is one of the themes you're going to hear a lot about this year, but sometimes people are confused about the difference between equality and equity. So we found this great slide, which I just think really, you know how they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. It shows it's more than semantics. You know, equality assumes that everyone has the same needs and should receive the same resources, while equity really means providing the right levels to support and address different needs. So in Cincinnati Public Schools, we are committed to providing equity for our students and their families. You know, determination and self-determination are two other themes we're going to talk about this year. You know, as a district, and I know the principals and assistant principal and all of our field administrators are determined to meet the performance standards that are set by the Ohio Department of Education. And it's going to take some time to adjust because we all know the tests have changed, the report card keeps changing, so it's been a very interesting 3 years with lots of changes. But I am confident that we will get there because we've gotten there in the past. You know, on the other hand, we also have the power to go beyond state standards, beyond just the test scores. And that's what our board and community wants us to do. They want us to do what's good for children. And this is what we mean by self-determination. So we really do control our destiny in that regard. Now, we know when we focus, it's pretty incredible, when we focus on what's doing right for children consistently over time, we end up with a track record of success. And that has gotten us noticed nationally. So 2 examples. One is the report commissioned by the Gates Foundation, which I believe got passed out to everyone as they came in to the room today. It talks about our great community learning centers, our professional development, and other initiatives that the district's doing. Also, we discovered that Cincinnati has a whole chapter in a book by New York Times reporter Charles Duhigg, and he highlights the role that our focus on data played in improving the performance of our lowest performing schools. So I was just really excited. We didn't even know it was out there. Famous and you don't know it. All right, now, again, I say at Cincinnati Public Schools, we know our stakeholders and the board want us to go beyond just the test to meet the diverse needs of the students and families that we serve. And that is our commitment to you that we do that. So let's preview what we're going to do for 2016, 2017. We are going to focus on what matters for our children, our families, and our community. So guess what? In a survey and the community feedback we got, the #1 priority of our stakeholders, the parents, the staff, the community, everyone said, strengthen our neighborhood schools. Not surprising. And so our Deputy Superintendent, Laura Mitchell, has led some really exciting work in regards to that priority with the Vision 2020 plan. And those of you who know Laura knows that once she sinks her teeth into a major improvement strategy, she stays on it. So we have seen the results of My Tomorrow. But I would like to recognize Laura Mitchell. Let's have a round of applause for her. Thank you, Laura. Now, we all know My Tomorrow is a multi-year plan. Started last year, so it really was a 5-year plan to strengthen our neighborhood schools, put new programming in that's a good fit with the neighborhoods they serve, like we saw with Woodford-Paideia. And these programs were chosen as a result of community engagement. The neighborhood did it in partnership with the district. So Vision 2020 is part of our collective commitment to ensure that all of our schools are good schools and all of our students have the opportunity for excellence. So this year it's the first year to roll out, and these are the schools that are participating in their fabulous program focus. And I have to say, I know that the principals and the entire school community are really pumped up about the programming. Now, I'm not going to stand here and try to describe it, so I'm going to let some of our students really describe what is happening. So we have a new video premiering today. You'll be the first to see it, and it's our students telling you what they feel about the new programming.
My Tomorrow started in the 2014-2015 school year at Cincinnati Public Schools. It does an awesome job of preparing students to succeed in the real world. Whether it's college, a trade, or the military, My Tomorrow is giving us the solid foundations we need to further our growth.
Now CPS is turning its attention to strengthening Cincinnati's neighborhood schools. Programs are coming to several neighborhood schools this year as a part of a multi-year plan to help them better prepare our young students for the challenges of the future. These school programs will leverage the special qualities of the neighborhoods they serve. We're creating partnerships within Cincinnati's unique communities, providing course offerings that match the personality of the community. Want to see some examples? Watch this.
We will create works of art and perform music. We will take our creative skills to a new level. We will connect to our community in a new and exciting way. Chase Elementary School in Northside and Woodford Paideia Academy in Kennedy Heights will be arts and culture centers next school year. We'll be studying dance, music, and visual art and learning about the cultures, customs, and traditions of countries around the world. This new arts focus will be blended into our other academic studies. We will participate in innovative field studies throughout the year and visit some of Cincinnati's famous arts venues. And when we learn math or science or social studies, our teachers will explain how these skills fit into the cultures of the world around us. We will present creative performances and produce artistic exhibitions for our community. The 5th and 6th grade students will play instruments in a band or an orchestra. It's a great way to build creative and critical thinking skills through artistic action. The communities of Northside and Kennedy Heights will help our schools in the learning process. This new arts focus will help build on the current partnership between Chase School and McKee Recreation Center to bring more opportunities to our community. And Woodford Paideia is close to the Kennedy Heights Arts Center. Both communities have artists and musicians who can visit our classrooms and help us appreciate the way art and culture help shape tomorrow's world. I love the arts. Now I can experience how art and music support learning in all kinds of ways.
At Pleasant Hill Academy, our school grounds will be part of the learning experience. We'll be studying in the classroom and then taking our lessons outside to the 18 acres of beautiful nature around us. It will be a hands-on school that will teach us critical thinking, leadership, and problem solving. So we won't just read about math and science. We will experience it firsthand. We'll learn about the environment in class and then find out for ourselves how we can take better care of the world around us.
And we know from research studies that spending time in the world around us helps us feel calm and reduces stress. College Hill is a beautiful community with garden clubs and a farmer's market and friendly neighborhoods. Pleasant Hill Academy will help keep it that way. With a school that respects the beauty of nature and works every day to preserve it, it's the kind of school that creates neighborhood pride and engages both families and communities. I'll be making myself a better student, and I'll be making College Hill a better place to live.
Technology. This is our world. This is how we want to learn. The high-tech focus means that we are changing the classroom for the way we learn in this digital age. We'll have tablets in kindergarten and first grade. We'll have laptops from second grade to sixth grade. Our teachers will lead us in the classroom, but we'll also learn to be leaders using our own learning online and by completing projects together. Critical thinking and creativity will become our most valuable skills. In the Innovation Lab, we'll be able to learn how to write computer code, or build robots, or invent games. We will even have a makerspace where we can design and create our own products. We will have the skills and confidence to be creative, not just consumers of technology. Hayes Porter School is the perfect place for this high-tech focus. We're right down the street from TAB, Information Technology High School, and this program will help us make a smooth transition to high school. Technology should be available to everyone. We'll be making our West End Community and IT Education Hub. I will take ownership of my learning process, and I'll be ready for the world of technology.
In our school system, there will always be students who need a special challenge and a special environment to bring out their unique talents. Today we have the Cincinnati Gifted Academy at Hyde Park School. And now the Gifted Academy will expand to Cheviot School on the west side of town. At the Cincinnati Gifted Academy West, qualified students will enjoy a rigorous environment that is flexible enough to meet the needs of each one of us. Technology will enrich and accelerate the learning experience. Field trips and guest visitors will enhance our learning opportunities. And small class sizes and problem-based learning will help develop the whole child. There will be classes in arts enrichment and Latin to help get us ready for the special college prep programs at Dater High School and Walnut Hills High School. And there are plenty of chances for our families to take part in school activities and learning experiences. The Cincinnati Gifted Academy West is available to students who rank at the top of their classes in a number of testing categories. I can learn at my own pace with students who have the same abilities and dreams that I do.
Cincinnati has great business communities. Now we'll have 2 neighborhood schools where the local businesses will help us learn. Rothenburg Academy and Over the Rhine and Westwood School will be places to learn all about the world of business. Students will design, start up, and maintain their own businesses, just like the successful companies in our neighborhoods. We'll create a business plan and even present it in a Shark Tank experience so we can get used to the business environment. Site visits and guest speakers from local businesses will be part of our learning experience. We'll learn how to work together and take pride in what we do and to share it with the community. Westwood and Over the Rhine are places that have many different types of businesses. They are ideal neighborhoods for the Student Enterprise program that's coming next year. I'll be learning how to succeed in the business world from the best business people in the community.
More innovative neighborhood school programs will continue to be developed to expand and grow beyond the next school year. We could see an ROTC program for high school students who want to pursue a career in the military. Gender-based schools could also be part of the program.
In every case, these opportunities will make our neighborhoods and our neighborhood schools better. And neighborhood schools are the backbone of Cincinnati.
Strengthening neighborhood schools over the next 5 years as part of My Tomorrow will give every student access to a world-class education.
It will unlock the potential of every student with a program that helps turn a student's passion into a successful career path.
Cincinnati Public Schools, where great communities
And great systems create great learning environments
and great learning choices.
the end result.
great people.
Don't we have wonderful students? Oh my gosh. You know, during that video, I was thinking 10 years from now, they're going to be anchoring the national news. All those young people. Oh my gosh. So, and I do want to thank all 7 principals, all the central office staff who put these programs together. This truly was a heavy lift. And we have 2 of these great principals with us who are going to talk about their experience. We have Linda Davey from Chase, and we have Chris Grant from Westwood. So come on, join me down here. And they've got some fancy high-tech stuff over here.
So, that is the theme of Chris and my talk today. It's the neighborhood schools' time to shine. I am a product of Cincinnati Public Schools. More importantly, I'm a product of Cincinnati Public Neighborhood Schools. As a student, I attended Pleasant Ridge Elementary School from K through 6th grade. I went on to Schroeder when it was junior high school, 7th and 8th grade, and then I graduated from the Withrow High School, 9 through 12. So with that being said, I'm on fire for the neighborhood schools because we are finally getting our time. So with that being said, Chris is going to share a little bit about Westwood School, and then I'll come back and share a little bit about Chase.
All right, thank you. Yes, we are extremely excited to be a part of this Vision 2020 initiative founded on a commitment to ensure equity. I also am a product of Cincinnati Public School. I started at Pleasant Hill, went to Schwab, and graduated from the Aiken High School. Swoop, swoop. So Westwood has come a long way. There's so many wonderful initiatives at Westwood. We have done a phenomenal job changing the culture, turning Westwood around. The work started with Miss Monica Battle. And we appreciate you laying that groundwork. And I just came in behind you to get this school turned around. We've done a phenomenal job. So many wonderful things in place this year at Westwood. I have to tell you, this is the first year all of our young men, as a part of their uniform, will be required to wear ties. And I cannot tell you how excited my parents and my families and my young men are. We are promoting professionalism at Westwood School as an enterprise school. Our focus at Westwood and Rothenburg for the 2016-17 school year, as you know, is student enterprise. The benefits are a rigorous entrepreneur curriculum designed by the University of Cincinnati. Students will have the opportunity to work with UC while having access to Westwood and Rothenburg businesses. Moreover, Westwood and Rothenburg students will have the opportunity to attend an enterprise camp while also participating in field studies and a Shark Tank experience. This is huge. In addition, our students will have the opportunity to work with Mortar. Mortar is located in the Over-the-Rhine community. The mission of Mortar is to enable underserved entrepreneurs and businesses to succeed by creating opportunities and building communities through entrepreneurship. Mortar is built on the premise that people in the community have great ideas for great businesses, but may need help getting over those obstacles to being able to start a business. With Mortar, our students will also have an opportunity to participate in the OTR pop-up shop. With this pop-up shop, it'll provide space and opportunity for our students and give them the ability to test their business ideas in real time. So as they create products, they will be downtown in OTR in the pop-up shop store where you and other community members and people in general can come and purchase these products. This is amazing.
So, Chase Elementary School, too, has come a long way. We started out 8 years ago in the turnaround. When I got to Chase, there were many behavioral challenges among the students and adults. The staff morale was low, turnover was high. Yes, I said adults. We're not gonna blame it all on the kids. Turnover was high. We were in academic emergency. There was little to no parent involvement, and the school-community relationship was close to non-existent, with one potential partner, as the slide reflects. It looked like many other neighborhoods looked. It was easy for families and community to overlook it, underestimate it, mistrust it, and count it out. Then came the turnaround. We added additional resources, training, and a new way of thinking. The philosophy of the turnaround schools was, it wasn't thinking outside of the box. There was no box. In 3 years' time, we created a positive school culture where there was a clear mutual respect among the students and adults, resulting in a huge decline in discipline issues. Our data significantly improved, moving us 3 and eventually 4 categories up on the state report card. And off the school improvement list, our students are no longer eligible for vouchers for the private schools. The staff that I started with in the turnaround is the same staff I have today, with the exception of a few retirements. As you can see on the slide, our community relationships and partner resources have increased and grown exceptionally, and the best is yet to come. Now, Vision 2020, arts and cultures, where there'll be equity, access, and opportunity. We're extremely excited and honestly a little apprehensive because we know that change is not always easy, but it's definitely necessary. We will hold on to the philosophy, there is no box. And that is reflected in the schedule we just rolled out to our staff 2 days ago, where our students will have electives in the elementary school. So they will be exposed to all the arts, but they will be able to focus on the arts that they are interested in. That says a lot to where we're going in the elementary schools. Let's give that a hand. What does this mean for Chase students in the community of Northside? It means that together we are on our way to moving our community learning center to the next level. As the video described, students will work with world-renowned artists and as well as artists right in the community of Northside. They will get extensive exposure to the cultures around the world. One example being they will have the opportunity to Skype with students in Africa. The 5th and 6th grade students will be assigned their own instrument that they will be able to take home and practice on. Now, while this may be a typical practice in a suburban neighborhood school, not heard of in the urban neighborhood school. So that's a challenge, but we're going to meet it. The entire school, grades K to 6, will be participating in field studies at the Art Academy of Cincinnati and will be taken to Broadway shows at the Aronoff as an entire school. Content and arts teachers will co-teach integrated lessons that go across the core curriculums. That's just to name a few things that we'll be doing differently at Chase Elementary School. So again, we're looking at equity, access, and opportunity. The slide. And it's funny because when I saw Mary's slide, we're on the same page because Chris and I had the same slide about equality, equity not being about equal. We are sending a clear message that we want our students to have the same opportunities across the country. I always like to use the cake baking analogy, and I've used it with my staff quite a bit. There are two main kinds of students. There are those who are considered at risk, and there are those who are not. Most students who are not at risk are like a box of cake mix. You put a few ingredients, a couple of eggs, some milk, some oil, you mix it, you bake it, and you come out with a cake. For the students who are at risk, those students are like the cake that you have to make from scratch. It takes a lot of different ingredients that you have to put in. You have to put in some love, you have to put in some nurturing, you have to put in some believing in yourself, some exposure, some confidence, some I don't care where you came from, that doesn't matter. You have to put it all in. You have to grind it, you have to mix it, then you bake it and come out with a great product. So now Vision 2020 will be the icing on top. We want to make sure we teach our kids that it doesn't matter where you come from or the circumstances you have to deal with in your life. What matters is where you're going and how you embrace the people and resources you encounter to get there. It is the idea of having a growth mindset. Truly, we have adopted that culture in our district, and it was adopted a long time ago in the neighborhood schools in the turnaround. You have to have a growth mindset. Everybody can change, everybody can grow, it just doesn't matter. So I'm excited that we are under that umbrella of My Tomorrow. With this new initiative, we're truly raising up a new generation of students who will grow into adults, able to go out into the world and compete in a global economy with the tools they need to be great. So Chris, we want our neighborhood schools, our 7, to stand with us and all our future neighborhood schools to celebrate as we celebrate our time to shine.
Cheviot, Hayes Porter, Pleasant Hill, Rothenburg, and Wilford. Good job.
All I can say is, wow. Thank you so much, Linsa. Thank you so much, Chris. That was fabulous. I told you it was a whole lot better than me trying to explain it up here when we have 2 of our fabulous principals who are CPS products. Isn't that amazing? All right. Now, next. Ensuring that students are ready for college and career is another key priority of our stakeholders. So I am proud to share that last year we exceeded our targets in our composite 12th grade scores on the ACT. We actually came in at 20. Just so you know, when we, all of our children take the ACT, not just the college-bound ones. You know we do it usually in April, on a school day, not on a Saturday, where children have to try to go across town to take the test. We do it in our schools, and all of our children take it. So when we first started this about 8 years ago, as you would anticipate, scores did drop because suddenly everyone is taking it, but not anymore. We're back, and we have a higher average ACT score than we did 8 years ago with just the college-bound students. So, in addition, we have youngsters in all of our neighborhood high schools having the opportunity to take advanced placement courses. So last year we had over 3,000 students take AP classes and over 600 take dual enrollment coursework that counts as college credit when they go to college. So congratulations to our high school seniors. And we have some great faces of our youngsters who are headed off to college. We are making sure with our programming that in the 12th grade year, we sit down with all of our seniors and make sure that they have plans after high school. That is so important because we don't want our children to fall through the cracks when they leave us. So we make sure that they have a career plan. Now, also, our youngsters, would you believe that they earned more than $44 million in scholarships last year? Pretty incredible. And I would like to thank the two folks who have been behind this initiative. It's Jill Hollander, who is the curriculum manager for career-based learning, and Dr. Gabe Lofton, our assistant principal of high schools. So let's give them a round of applause. And I understand today our new College and Career Compass website is debuting, so check it out when you have time. I believe we also passed that handout. Now, we could not be doing all this work with our graduating seniors without partnerships with our business community. They truly have been very generous. They have been doing mock interviews with our students. Folks from the chamber have been helping with resume writing, and they have been doing mentoring. And on this slide, you will see one of our students, Kimora Flowers, with her mentor, Dr. Ray Big Hall of Children's Hospital, whom she met at a career expo sponsored by our business partners. And because of this great relationship, Kimora is starting to think about possibly a career in pediatric medicine. So it really shows the power of what a caring adult can do in the life of a child. Now, the expo that I talked about is part of a year-long career readiness pilot developed by the Business Conductivity Council. And it's an offshoot of the regional chamber here in the city. And it's for 11th graders. This year it ran at 3 of our high schools. Next year it's expanding to 8. And Jill Hollander coordinates this with our wonderful business partners. So again, thank you. Now, something we also know, we know that there is a digital divide out there. We know a lot of our youngsters do not have internet access in their homes and do not have computers in their homes. But we expect them to come in, take the state test on computers. So they're struggling to manipulate the software at the same time they're supposed to be showing what they know. So one of our priorities is expanding access to technology to make sure that our students can bridge that digital divide. So over the past 2 years with the My Tomorrow initiative, we've really concentrated on doing the one-on-one access in our high schools, either with laptops or other smart devices. And this year, we're expanding the one-on-one technology down to 6th grade. So we're moving down into our elementary schools. And we're also introducing a new learning management system that will help teachers and families communicate and collaborate better on student learning. And a big shout out to our CIO and our technology guru, Sarah Trimble Oliver. Thank you, Sarah. She's back there. We also have to make sure that we meet the needs of our exceptional children because it's part of our equity platform. So I was so happy when last week Susan Bunty called and said, Mary, we just received word from the Ohio Department of Education that CPS has made our special education requirements for the 15-16 school year, which is quite an accomplishment. Thank you, Susan. And thank you, Kevin, and everyone, the whole special ed staff who's sitting back there. Thank you so much. And as you saw in the video, we are also opening our second Gifted Academy at Cheviot School in Westwood. So I'd like a round of applause for Tammy Solomon Gray, the principal, because that was a heavy lift. Now, we're also very, very excited that we're contributing to the expansion of quality preschool in our community as part of our historic partnership with the Cincinnati Preschool Promise, and actually Greg Landsman is here, who will be talking later. In anticipation of passage of the levy and having additional dollars to get those hundreds and hundreds of students who are on the waiting list, we have added 400 new seats this year to our Rising Star Academy at the former Vine Street. So I would also like to thank our Assistant Superintendent for Early Childhood, Cheryl Broadnex. Thank you so much for leading that effort. And I'd also like to thank our Chief Operations Officer, Bill Mooring, for working so hard. I never thought Vine Street School. Quite honestly, I never thought Vine Street School could look so good. But Bill he kept telling me, Mary, we can do it, and he did. So thank you, Bill. Thank you. Now, while I'm extremely proud of our accomplishments at CPS, because we've come a long way working with our partners, I am keenly aware we are not perfect. And sometimes I think the folks out there in the community, we seem like we're a big, faceless, unresponsive bureaucracy. And I think sometimes we seem we're that way to ourselves. So beginning this year, we're going to take a look in the mirror, and we have decided that we need to be the best organization that we could be. And we need to transform our culture. So, led by Paul McDowell in Human Resources, we work with our staff to develop a set of values and competencies that all our staff should have. And we began training at central office this year. Now, we didn't talk a lot about it publicly because we thought our actions should speak louder than our words. So I want to show you right now that we're really not a faceless bureaucracy. So I'm going to put up a video that highlights some of the faces of CPS. It's a second wow. I can tell you really like that. You know, people really do make a difference, don't they? All right. Now, as most of us in the room today, you're aware, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to profoundly change the educational outcomes of children, the lives of their families, and really the vitality of our entire region. Our board earlier this month approved a resolution to proceed with a levy and partner with the Preschool Promise to expand preschool both in Cincinnati Public Schools and with private providers. Because research has shown that if you invest in quality preschool and get our children off to a great start, that makes an incredible difference. And I think that's something our kindergarten teachers knew all along without having to have the researchers tell them that. So this levy will make sure that our youngsters not only get off to a great start, but also get off to a great start in college and career. And it really represents a powerful vision to join with others in the community to help break the cycle of poverty in the city of Cincinnati. Now, at the same time, I know all of our board members sitting there, we all know that this is a heavy list, and it's a very large ask of our families in the community. So we made sure we did our homework. We got an independent financial evaluation first, and the results showed some good news that we are fiscally responsible and some bad news. They talked about the pressure on our budget. The good news is, after years of declining enrollment, a lot of families are choosing to send their children back to CPS. But more children means more teachers, more expense. And when your revenues don't grow and your expenses go up, you know you have a budget problem. So an independent review commissioned by the Cincinnati business community found that Cincinnati Public Schools faces a structural imbalance that could grow to $50 million a year annually. So that truly is the financial reality that we face. And I do have to give kudos to our treasurer, Jennifer Wagner, for working through all of this. She has spent since last January working with all the finance group in the business community to look at our finances. So thank you, Jen Wagner. And, you know, sometimes my staff knows I can be brutally frank. Now, many of you are a lot younger than I am, and you have never faced the consequences of massive deficits. I have. I lived through the 80s and the 90s, and it was not a pleasant scenario. So it would mean the end to all our innovative programs and our initiative forward. So we definitely want to avoid that scenario. So together, we have the power to deliver an entirely different set of circumstances. We are posed for collaboration on behalf of all of our students, and it's massive in scope, and we are united in purpose. I am a big believer in the power of collaboration. It's hard. People come from different backgrounds. It can be both a source of conflict and strength. But I am so pleased that we are partnering with our community partners to pass this levy. And I have no doubt in the end that we will be successful because we want to do the right thing for our students, for their families, and for our community. So we want to make sure that all of our students get off to a strong start and have a strong future. So let's make history together with this levy. I know we can do it. So at this time, I would like to introduce our partner in this endeavor, Greg Landsman of the Cincinnati Preschool Promise. He is going to talk more about how this preschool partnership is so important to the community and how working together we will be successful. So Greg, my good friend Greg, come on up here, and this is our Preschool Promise partner. Thank you, Greg.
Good morning. Thank you, Mary, and all of you for giving us the opportunity to speak and to partner with you on this historic investment and opportunity. My name's Greg Landsman, and I am a very, very, very proud CPS father. My two children have had great, excellent CPS preschool, and as a result, they'll do exceptionally well in school. And you know, we in our family think a lot about all of the other children in this city. I know you all do. That's why you're in this room. That's why you do the work that you do. You care about what happens not just to the children in your buildings, but to children throughout the city. And we know that most of the children in this city don't have access to the kind of excellent preschool that my two children got through CPS. Thousands and thousands of children. So 3 years ago, driven by that understanding, appreciation, and desire to change what we know needs to be changed, many of us started to organize the community and talk to folks, providers and parents, people who, like us, care deeply about children and families. And we started to promote the idea that we could live in a city where every single child had access to 2 years of high quality, excellent preschool. That was the vision. And we went all over the place, and every night I was somewhere, and in some instances, you know, several places. And I got home late one night, and my now 6-year-old said to me, you know, where were you? She was going to bed, and I was late, and I was feeling a little guilty. And I said, well, I was at a preschool promise event. And she said, you were at another one of those events? And I said, yeah. She said, why do you keep going to these events? I'll remember it like it was yesterday. And I said, you know, you and your brother got 2 years of really good preschool, and you know, it makes a huge difference. You're reading, and you know your alphabet and your letters, and you like school. You know, that's not the case for most kids. And my daughter said, what are their names? And I remember tearing up, as I'm about to now. I'm thinking to myself, I don't know. There are thousands, is what I said to my daughter. There are thousands of children who don't get this. The fact is in this city we have over 9,000 3- and 4-year-olds, over 9,000 3- and 4-year-olds. Nearly 70% of those children live in families that aren't making it, that live below 200% of the poverty line. They can't afford high-quality preschool, nearly 70% of them. And so when we look at the system, it's not surprising that 40% of our programs are high quality, because the vast majority of our families can't afford it. Even with the funding that is available now, there's just not enough money for all of our kids to afford high quality preschool. So most of our programs aren't at the level of quality we need them to be, and as a result, over 40% of our children, and you know this better than anyone in the city, over 40% of our children show up to kindergarten unprepared. Some of them significantly unprepared. And that's a reality that we can change. This is a systems failure. It's not anyone, a person or families or institutions, fault. This is an entire system that needs to be fixed. And we have developed with Cincinnati Public Schools a shared vision to fix this issue. to provide access to high-quality preschool in every single neighborhood in this city. Every single neighborhood in this city. To do so by expanding CPS and by expanding high-quality preschool community-based programs all over the city, and helping those programs that aren't where they want to be in terms of quality get to quality through quality improvement grants. And so that's what the funding will do. The funding will provide tuition assistance for families, children, starting with those economically disadvantaged, so that every child ultimately has access to 2 years of quality preschool, and that the preschools they go to are great. They're excellent preschools. And that's the second use of the dollars, is through these quality improvement grants to help lift up the quality of preschools throughout our community. We have the ability, as Mary was saying, to make Cincinnati one of the greatest places in the world for children and families. That's what we have. The power of those folks in this room can result in historic collaboration and partnership and an investment that will turn this city into one of the best places in the world for children and families. And we can do it together, starting with this investment and all the work that you all are doing. So thank you so much for this opportunity and for the ability to change lives and make this one of the best places in the world for our kids. Thank you.
Greg, thank you so much for being here today. So as we conclude the program, I just want to let you know, in all my years in the district, I have never seen the whole city come together like that. The district partnering with the Preschool Promise, partnering with the business community, partnering with the mayor's his whole agenda on lifting 10,000 children out of poverty, and partnering with Amos People's Platform. All these groups have come together to collaborate and really change the path of the children and the families in our district. So I am so hopeful, and that is why I truly believe this is the time where we can change history. So that concludes this part of the presentation. There's going to be a 20-minute break, a little before 10. Please come back in to hear our great speaker who's going to talk about how we have these collaborative conversations. Thank you very much.